In previous class we were discussed about the following things. So first we were discussed about the types of drives and selection parameter. So there is we have a different types of drives like belt drive, chain drive, gear drive, rope drives. So and selection parameter like velocity ratio, central distance, maintenance cost. Based on those things we are going to decide which drive is we are using. So next we were discussed about types of belt drives and belt joints. So we have different types of belt drives: flat belt drive, V belt drive, rope belt drives. So and we have different types of belt joints because belt is available in lengths. So we need to make a joint to wrap around the two pulleys. So that's why we need to learn about the belt joints. So like this we were discussed about types of belt drives and belt joints. And next one is length of open belt drive and crossed belt drive. So length of open belt drive can be find out by using LO equal to pi into R1 plus R2 plus R1 minus R2 whole square by D plus 2D. When R1 and R2 are the radiuses of the two pulleys and D is the center distance between the two pulleys. So when you know these things, you can find the length of the open belt drive by using the formula. So next for the crossed belt drive, it is also same like pi into R1 plus R2 plus R1 plus R2 whole square by D plus 2D. So here the length of the cross belt is somewhat more and length of the open belt is somewhat less. Next one is angle of contact. Angle of contact is for the open belt drive is 180 minus sine inverse of R1 minus R2 by D. So here in the open belt drive, angle of contact will be less on the smaller pulley and more on the larger pulley. So here we need to design the length angle of contact for the smaller pulley because so smaller on the smaller pulley contact is less, so that's why belt will slip first on the smaller pulley. So that's why we need to find the angle of contact for the smaller pulley for open belt drive. Whereas for the cross belt drive, both on the both pulleys it is same, and the angle of contact is 180 plus sine inverse of R1 plus R2 by D. So here angle of contact is more, and power transmitted by belt drive is equal to P equal to T1 into 180 T1 into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So T1 is the tension on tight side, mu is the coefficient of friction, theta is angle of contact, and v is the velocity of the belt in meter per second. Where power is in watts, v is in meter per second. So this is what we were discussed in the last previous classes. So now we are going to learn about the centrifugal tension. What is centrifugal tension and what is initial belt tension, and we could able to solve some problems on this centrifugal tension and initial belt tension. So now we'll see some problems on previous classes. So first one is a 5 kilowatt 3 phase 450 volt 140 rpm electric motor drives an equipment at 720 rpm through a flat belt drive. A driver pulley has a diameter of 200 mm and the center distance between the driver and driven pulley is 500 mm. A flat belt 80 wide and 6 thick can carry a maximum tension of 600 newtons. Is used to transmit is used for power transmission. So the coefficient of friction may be assumed to be zero point 0.3. Check whether the design is safe or not. So here everything is given. So but we need to find here power transmission is given and RPMs is given. So here we need to check whether the design is safe or not. How we will check means, so we need to find the stress developed in the belt. So here given data is, so power is given, that is 5 kilowatt, 5 into 10 cube watts. Coefficient of friction is zero point 0.3 and driver speed N1 equal to 1440 rpm. N2 is 720 rpm. D1 equal to 200 mm, whereas central distance between the two pulleys D is 500 mm. Tension, tight side tension T1 equal to 600 newtons. Width of the belt B equal to 80 mm. Thickness of the belt is 6 mm. So here, first we can find the permissible stress developed using the given data. So here, using the given data, permissible stress equal T1 equal to Ft design stress into area of the belt. So from this we can find the permissible stress Ft equal to T1 by B into T. So 600 by 80 into 6, that is 1.25 Newton per mm square. So here it is the given data, by using the given data the permissible stress is 1.25 Newton per mm square. But here we need to find the exact maximum tension by using the given data. From that we need to find the permissible stress. If the permissible stress developed by that exact tight side tension, if that stress is below the permissible stress, the design is safe. To find that, first what we need to find is, so you need to find the dia of the belt drive. So first here you need to find the angle of contact. To find the maximum belt tension developed in the belt, first we need to find the theta. So to find the theta, we need to find d2. So d1 and d1 n1 n2 is given from that. So we can find the d2 using the velocity ratio equation. Ratio equation n2 by n1 equal to d1 by d2. From that, d2 equal to d1 into n1 by n2. So d1 value is 200 mm and n1 is 1440 rpm by 720 is the n2. From that we can find d2 equal to 400 mm. Diameter of belt drive d2 equal to 400 mm from the d1 n1 by n2 equation. So as I said, for the open belt drive, theta equal to sine 180 minus 2 alpha. Alpha is sine inverse of R1 minus R2 by D. So we know the value of R1, R2 and the D is the central distance between the two pulleys. So it is equal to sine inverse of 200 minus 100 by 500. Then alpha is 11.54 degree. So from this angle of contact theta is equal to 180 minus 2 into alpha. It is 180 minus 2 into 11.54. It is theta equal to 156.92 degrees. So now theta is 2.737 radians. In this way we can find the value of theta. So here the theta value is 2.737 radians. Now ratio of belt tension T1 by T2 equal to e power mu theta. So by knowing the value of theta, we can find the e power mu theta value. So that is e power 0.3 into 2.737. So that e equal to theta T1 by T2 equal to 2.273 is the belt tension ratio. So now here we are neglecting the centrifugal tension. Then power transmitted by the belt equal to P equal to T1 into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So here power transmitted is we know that is 5 kilowatt and the value of e power mu theta is we know and V equal to linear speed of belt. This can be find out by using pi d1 n1 by 60. Pi into d1 into n1 by 60. So here V should be in meter per second. So that's why we are converting d1 and n1 into meters. So d1 into meters. So that is pi into 0.2 into 1440 by 60. So from this we can find the value of V, that is 15.07 meter per second is the linear speed of belt. So P value is power transmitted by the belt is 5 into 10 cube equal to T1 into 1 minus 1 by 2.273 is theta e power mu theta value into V is 15.07. From this, we got the exact tight side tension. The maximum tension in the belt T1 equal to 592.4 newtons. So in the problem they have given us 600 newtons, but the exact maximum tension is T1 equal to 592.4 newtons is the exact maximum tension. So by knowing the maximum tension we can find the stress developed. T1 equal to stress developed into area of the belt. Area of the belt can be found out by using breadth into thickness. From this we can find the stress induced Ft equal to T1 by B into T. So exact the maximum tension in the belt is 592.4 by breadth of the belt is 80 into 6 is the thickness of the belt. From this we got the Ft value as 1.23 Newton per mm square. So thus the induced stress in the belt is lesser than the permissible value. So by using the given data we got the permissible value as permissible stress as 1.25 Newton per mm square. So here stress induced is 1.23 Newton per mm square. So here stress induced is lesser than the permissible value. So that's why the design is safe. So hence the design is safe. So next problem is a rope drive transmits 75 kilowatt power at a speed of 15 meter per second. The angle of lap is 140 degree and the coefficient of friction is 0.3. The angle of V grow is 45 degree. Find the number of ropes required if the maximum rope tension is 1200 newtons. So here in the rope drive we can use a number of ropes to transmit power. So here the total drive is transmitting the this rope drive consists of number of ropes. The total rope drive transmits 75 kilowatt. So here we need to find the number of ropes means we need to find the power transmitted by single rope. So when you find the power transmitted by single rope, so if the total drive transmits 75 kilowatts. So total power transmission by single rope power transmission by doing the ratio we'll get the number of ropes required. So first we'll see the power transmitted by total drive is 75 kilowatt and the speed of the belt is given as 15 meter per second. The maximum tension T1 equal to 1200 newtons. Angle of contact theta is equal to 140 degrees. So this angle of contact should be converted into radians, that is 2.4 pi, 140 into pi by 180 will get the theta in radians, that is 2.443 radians is theta. Coefficient of friction is 0.3. Angle of V groove 2 beta is equal to 45 degrees. So first we'll see the ratio of belt tensions. T1 by T2 equal to e power mu theta by sin beta. Because it is a V group, so T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta by sin beta. Beta is the half angle of V group. For V group pulleys, we need to use this formula. So by substituting the values mu, theta and beta, E equal to 0.3 into 2.443 by sine of 22.5 degrees. So then T1 by T2 is equal to 6.78 is the ratio of belt tensions T1 by T2. Here we need to find the power transmitted by single rope. P equal to T1 into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta by sin beta into V. So we know the T1 value and V value, and e power mu theta by sin beta also known. So by substituting the values, 1200 into 1 minus 1 by 6.78 into 15. So power transmitted by single rope is equal to 153 1 lakh sorry 15,346.65 watts is the power transmitted by single rope. So already power transmitted by the total drive is given as 75 kilowatts. Now to find the number of ropes, n equal to power transmitted by the total drive by power transmitted by the single rope. So power transmitted by the total drive is 75 into 10 cube. So by 153.4 150 1 15,346.65. So it is equal to 4.88. So nothing but 5 is the number of ropes required to drive the total power. So here what we did is we need to find the power transmitted by the total drive is given. So here we need to find the power transmitted by single rope. So here number of ropes equal to total power transmitted by single rope. Then it is equal to, we got the number of ropes, that is 5 is the answer for the question. So next one is centrifugal tension in the belt. So here first we should know what is the centrifugal tension. The tension caused in the belt running belt by the centrifugal force is called centrifugal tension. So when the belt rotates around the pulley, there is a centrifugal tension developed in the belt. Centrifugal force developed. That centrifugal force causes some tension. That tension is called centrifugal tension. So whenever a particle of mass m is rotated around the circle path at uniform velocity, there is a centrifugal force acts radially outwards from the center. So when any object is rotating around the center in a circular motion, there is a force acts away from the center in radial direction. That force is called centrifugal force. So here in the belt drives, due to that centrifugal force, the centrifugal tension will develop. So that centrifugal tension acts away from the pulley, which throws away from the pulley. So it's subjected when the belt is rotating. So here, due to the centrifugal tension, there is a reduce the tension available for power transmission. So due to this, there is a reducing the tension to transmit the power. So at low speeds, this effect is neglected. So when it is considered for high speeds above 10 meter per second. So if the belt velocity is more than 10 meter per second, so we need to consider the centrifugal tension. If it is less than the 10 meter per second, it can be neglected. So due to the centrifugal tension, there is a reduce in the tension, so that there is a loss of power in the tension. There is a loss of power also happens due to this centrifugal tension. So this centrifugal tension acts away from the center of the pulley. So centrifugal tension Tc equal to mv square. So mass m is the mass of belt per meter length. V is the velocity of the speed of the belt. So Tc is the centrifugal tension in newtons. M is mass per meter length of belt in kgs. V is belt speed, that is in meter per second. So centrifugal tension is considered when the belt speed is more than 10 meter per second. Now here power transmitted by the belt is given as P equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So because of the centrifugal tension, there is a loss in the maximum tension. That's why we need to consider P equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So in generally, Tc is neglected if the speed is lesser than the 10 meter per second, then Tc can be neglected. So in that case, T max equal to T1. So generally the power equation is P equal to T1 into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. Here T1 is the maximum tension in the belt. So if there is a centrifugal tension exists, then there is a loss in the maximum tension. So that's why P equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So if Tc is neglected, T max equal to T1. So in generally T1 equal to T max minus Tc when Tc is considered. So we'll see some problems based on this centrifugal tension. Two pulleys 1.2 meter and 0.5 meter diameter are on parallel shafts 3.6 meter apart. end are connected by an open belt drive. Two pulleys, so which is of 1.2 meter and 0.5 meter diameter are on parallel shafts 3.6 meter apart. So D1, D2 and D is given, are connected by open belt drive. The belt has a mass of 0.9 kg per meter length, and the maximum tension in it is not to exceed 2,000 newtons. The larger pulley, which is the driver, runs at 3.5 rps and coefficient of friction between the pulley is 0.25. Calculate the power transmitted by the belt. So here we need to find the power transmitted by the belt. Here mass of the belt is given. So first we need to find the velocity. If the velocity is more than 10 meter per second, we need to consider the TC. So first radius of larger pulley is 0.6 meter and radius of smaller pulley is R2 is 0.25 meters. Center distance between two pulleys is 3.6 meters. Angle of contact theta is equal to sine, it is an open belt drive, so that's why angle of contact theta is equal to 180 minus 2 into sine inverse of r1 minus r2 by d. By substituting the r1, r2 and d values in this equation, we got the theta as 168.64 degrees. To convert these degrees into radians, we need to multiply with pi by 180. So 168.84 into pi by 180 is equal to 2.945 radians. So angle of contact theta is equal to 2.945 radians is theta. After finding the theta, so velocities of the belt is speed of the belt v equal to pi d n. Here n is given in rps, so that's why, so here n is given in rps 3.5 rps, then v equal to pi d n. So d equal to v equal to pi d n. Pi into d is 1.2 meters into 3.5 is the speed of the pulley. Then v equal to 13.19 meter per second. So this is more than 10 meter per second. So we need to consider the centrifugal tension here. To find the centrifugal tension, Tc equal to mv square. So mass of the belt is given, mass of the belt per meter length equal to 0.9 into V is 13.19. So by substituting the values in centrifugal tension equation, Tc equal to mv square, that is equal to 0.9 into 13.19 square, then Tc equal to 156.57 newtons. After finding the Tc, we need to find the power transmitted by the belt. So here ratio of belt tensions T1 by T2 equal to e power mu theta equal to mu value is 0.25 into theta is 2.945. So that is equal to 2.08 is the ratio of belt tensions. After finding the ratio of belt tensions, the maximum tension in the belt is Tmax equal to 2000 newtons. So while considering the centrifugal tension, power is equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So by substituting the values T max, Tc, e power mu theta and V, P equal to 2000 minus 156.57 into 1 minus 1 by 2.08 into 13.19. So here power is equal to 12,625 watts is the power transmitted by the belt. Nothing but 12.625 kilowatts is power transmitted by the belt when you consider the centrifugal tension. Centrifugal tension is considered where the velocity of the belt is more than 10 meter per second. So in the problem, if the mass of the belt is given, we can find the Tc value. After finding the Tc value, you can find the power using T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V formula. So next problem is a leather belt 120 wide and 6 thick transmits power from a pulley 750 diameter running at 500 rpm, taking angle of flap theta is 150 degree, coefficient of friction mu is equal to zero point 0.3, mass of belt as 0.75 kg per meter length, the permissible stress as 2.75 meganewton per meter square. Compute the maximum power that can be transmitted. So here we need to find the maximum power transmitted. First we need to find the Tmax. Tmax can be found out by using Tmax equal to, here permissible stress is given. Permissible stress into area of the belt is maximum tension. So after finding the maximum tension, here theta value is given. So from that you need to find the belt ratio. T1 by T2 equal to e power mu theta. Mu is given, theta is given. From this you can find the ratio of belt tensions. And next we need to find the velocity of the belt. So velocity of the belt can be found out by using pi dn by 60. Here dia is given, speed is given. From that you can find the velocity of the belt. Here width of the belt B equal to 120 mm. Thickness of the belt is 6 mm. So from and permissible stress is equal to 2.75 Newton mega Newton per meter square from this. So mega Newton per meter square is nothing but 2.75 Newton per mm square. So from this maximum tension T max equal to permissible stress into area of the belt. So permissible tension is 2.75 into area of the belt is B width into thickness 120 into 6, that is 1980 newtons is the maximum tension developed in the belt. Here diameter of pulley D is equal to 750 mm. So nothing but 0.75 meters. Speed of the pulley is 150 rpm. So from this we can find the velocity of the belt V equal to pi dn by 60. So that is pi into 0.75 into 500 by 60. We get the V as 19.625 meter per second. Angle of lap theta is equal to 150 degree. So that is equal to 2.62 radians. So now here angle of lap theta is equal to 150 degrees. That is converted into radians into pi by 180. If you do 150 into pi by 180, theta is equal to 2.62 radians. Coefficient of friction mu equal to 0.3, and mass of belt per meter length is given as m equal to 0.75 kgs. Here velocity is 19.625 meter per second, which is more than 10 meter per second. So that's why we need to consider the centrifugal tension. Tc is equal to mv square. Here mass is given, so that is 0.75 into velocity of the belt is 19.625. So from that we got the Tc value as 288.85 newtons. After finding the Tc, ratio of belt tensions T1 by T2 equal to e power mu theta, which is equal to e power mu is 0.3 into 2.62. So that is equal to 2.19 is the ratio of belt tensions. The maximum power transmitted at given conditions by considering the centrifugal tension P is equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. Now P equal to T max is 1980 minus Tc is 288.85 into 1 minus 1 by 2.19 into 19.625. So from this power equal to, we got power as 18.0341 kilowatts. So when you consider the centrifugal tension The power will be reduced to power equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. If there is no centrifugal tension, then P equal to T1 into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. So where T1 is T max. If there is a centrifugal tension, the maximum tension, tight side tension will be reduced. That is T1 equal to T max minus Tc. Otherwise, T1 equal to T max. So next one is initial bend tension. So initial bend tension is nothing but the belt is subjected to initial tension when it is stretched over a pair of pulleys which is at rest. Initial tension produced when the belt is stretched over pulleys which are at rest. So where the belt is wrapped around the two pulleys at rest position, there is a tension in the belt. That tension is called initial belt tension. This initial tension present in each side is equal. When the belt is at rest, the initial tension on both sides is same. So when the driver starts rotating, it pulls the belt from one side, increasing the tension in the belt on this side is called tight side. So when belt starts rotating, belt pulls one side. So that side is called tight side, and another side decreasing the tension in the belt. That side is called slack side. One side it has tight side which pulls the belt, and another side it has decrease the tension, that is slack side. Assuming that the belt material is perfectly elastic such that the length of the belt remains constant. So in the rest position, so belt is a perfectly elastic material. Due to that, because of that, the length of the belt remains constant. So when it is at rest or in motion, so the belt length is same. So the increase in the length of on the tight side is equal to decrease in the length of the slack side. The stretch on the tight side must and should be equal to the contraction on slack side because the length of the belt is same. So that's why the stretch on one side is equal to the contraction on slack side. Therefore, T1 into C1 into T1 minus TO equal to T2 into TO minus T2. Nothing but if the belt is rotating, one side it has more tension and another side it has less tension. In rest position, both the sides has same tension, that is initial tension TO. So when it starts rotating, one side has T1 tight side, and another side it has T2, that is slack side. Here, how much the increased tension on tight side is equal to that much the loss in the tension on slack side. Nothing but, so increase in tension is nothing but T1 minus TO. So that is the increase in tension. And loss in tension in slack side is TO minus T2. Here TO is the initial tension in the belt. C1, C2 are constant, and also C1 equal to C2. So the condition is T1 minus TO equal to TO minus T2. The increase in the tension on tight side equal to loss in the tension on slack side. So that's why here 2TO equal to T1 plus T2. TO is equal to T1 plus T2 by 2. This is the initial tension in the belt, which is at rest position. If we consider if we consider the centrifugal tension, TO is equal to T1 plus T2 plus 2TC by 2. So we'll see some problem on the initial tension. The flat belt has an effective pulley diameter of 0.2 meter and uses a belt whose cross section is 100 mm and 7.5 mm with a mass of 0.5 kg per meter. The belt speed is 16 meter per second. The ratio of belt tension is 2. The stress in the belt material is not to exceed 1 Newton per mm square. Determine T1 and T2, the initial tension, the power transmitted. So we need to find the T1, T2, TO and power transmitted. First, we'll see the given data. Mass of the belt is 0.5 meter per second. Belt speed V equal to 16 meter per second. And the area of the belt is given from the T max equal to Ft into B into T. So here permissible stress equal to 1 Newton per mm square. 1 into width of the belt is 100 mm into thickness of the belt is 7.5. So from that T max equal to 750 newtons. Now here Tc equal to mv square, 0.5 into 162, 0.5 into 16 square, that is 128 newtons. Tension on tight side T1 equal to T max minus Tc. T max is 750 minus 128 is equal to 622 newtons. Tension on tight side is equal to T max minus Tc, because here we are considering the centrifugal tension. There is a loss in the tight side tension. That tension T1 equal to T max minus Tc. So from that we got the T1 as 622 newtons. T2 is slack side tension. The belt tension ratio is given as 2. From that T2 is equal to 622 by 2, that is 311 newtons is the slack side tension. Initial belt tension TO is equal to T1 plus T2 by 2. So that is 622 plus 311 by 2. That is equal to 466.5 newtons. Power transmitted here equal to P equal to T1 into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. Here T1 is equal to T max minus T, already we find out. So from that we got P equal to 622 into 1 minus 1 by 2 into 16. P equal to 4976 watts. So nothing but 4.976 kilowatts is the power transmitted by the belt. So in this class we were learnt about the design of belt considering the centrifugal tension Pc equal to mv square and initial tension T0 equal to T1 plus T2 by 2. So whereas T1 equal to T max minus Tc, tension on tight side equal to T max minus Tc when you consider the centrifugal tension. So there is a power loss, then P equal to T max minus Tc into 1 minus 1 by e power mu theta into V. Initial bend tension formula is T1 plus T2 by 2. And centrifugal tension formula is mv square. Some questions is how do you evaluate initial tension? How do you evaluate centrifugal tension? Some frequently asked question, explain the following terms: centrifugal tension and initial tension.